Yo, what's up, movie people? I hope you're doing well. This will be my review of the new Elemental movie, Pixar's newest film to hit theaters. So let's get right into it.
The pipe squished me all out of shape.
Dang.
That's better.
Alright, so Elemental's plot takes us on a journey in a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together. A young fiery woman and a go-with-the-flow water guy discover something elemental. How much can they actually have in common? Okay, so I was going into this movie like with decent expectations, from the two trailers. They looked pretty good, but nothing really blew me away. But I walked out of that theater, I was blown away by this movie. It's like Pixar's return to form, I think, because Pixar's been on a little bit of a down way for me so far because they had Lightyear, which was okay and kind of good, but they had Turning Red, which I just didn't like at all. But I think this is Pixar's best movie since Soul. And if you haven't seen Soul, Soul's a great movie, very emotional. But this one kind of rivals it for me. This one is really great. It kind of takes on a form of an immigrant story in the beginning because in that Element City, the fire people were never there. They never started with fire people, and the fire people are the last ones there. And Ember's family are the first of the fire people to go there, and they're kind of like not welcome at first. And they find a place for themselves, and then they find a fire town for themselves. So that's where the story really starts with Ember and how her family came to be there, And for our cast in this movie, Leah Lewis plays Ember and Mamoudou Athie plays Wade. I don't think I'm familiar with any of them, but Mamoudou, he sounds familiar in this movie. His voice sounds really familiar. He might be doing a voice that sounds like someone else, but overall, I think he sounds really familiar. He was in Jurassic World Dominion, Underwater, and that's maybe where I saw him from, where I heard his voice, but he really sounded like he's been in other animated movies. But I thought they were both excellent in this movie. They sold their characters so well, and we get our story, like I said, started with Ember in the first 20 minutes. Then we meet Wade when he's coming out of the pipe. You've seen that in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. But I think that they're both great. They're the true leads of this movie. Ember's family and Wade's family, we do meet them, but Ember and Wade are the two main characters of this movie. And this is kind of a different Pixar movie in a way because there's no real antagonist. Kind of like just their ideas and thoughts, their antagonists. They're trying to get past those barriers that the Element City put on them, And I want to say that the animation in this movie is actually pretty beautiful. It's not Pixar's best animation by far, but I think this animation is really great for what the movie's trying to say, for what the movie's trying to be. And like an Element kind of movie, it shows how the elements are reacting with each other, how Element City transfers all the different elements to different places. I thought what they did with this movie was really unique, and I feel like it's one of their most unique movies. Sure, it's kind of like Zootopia, but Pixar didn't make Zootopia. That was Disney animation, so I don't really see them as the same. They kind of have the same flow, but Elemental has a lot of unique ways to show how elements, how they get along, how they can't mix and all that stuff. But I thought the animation was beautiful. Sure, it's not across the Spider-Verse level, but no animation from Pixar is going to be level because Pixar has its own kind of form of animation. I was actually getting kind of bored of their little bubble people animation, stuff like that, the last 4 movies. So I really liked how they just didn't have normal people in this movie. They're all just elements: fire, water, land, air. I loved that. I love how they went out of their comfort zone and made just a unique movie just about elements, like a story that you can tell with elements. I love what they did with that. And overall, I think this movie is like a true romance movie. Going into it, I didn't think it was going to be that heavy on romance, but yeah, this is a true full-fledged romance. This is the most romantic movie that Pixar has yet, because Ember and Wade are they're the two leads, and there's a romance kind of spark between them. You've seen it in the trailers, but there's a barrier, there's a barrier that consists of elements cannot mix from the trailer. Ember's mom says that. So there's a whole route that they go down with that. But yeah, this is a true romance story, and I feel like it's so well done. So well realized. There's adult themes in here, like the immigrant story, like I said, and the romance themes kind of take an adult turn. But some kids can still enjoy the romance. Some kids can feel that the comedy is for them. It's pretty good comedic scenes in this one, especially with Wade. He does cry a lot, so get ready for that. He's made of water, so he cries a lot. But yeah, romance off the chart. It was done so well. Runtime is about an hour and 42. You do get that little short from Up with Carl's date. I feel like that was a really cute short. We haven't had a Pixar short in a while, so it was kind of cool to see that in theaters again. And I think that this runtime really worked for this movie. It was really fast paced at the beginning, the first half, and I was like, well, we're going a little fast there. But then the second act, it slowed down because you get to really feel what your characters are feeling. You get to go through those emotions of them connecting. You know, I really like that a lot. So I feel like the pace worked out in the end. You know, it started a little strong, it started a little too fast, but then it slowed down, let it rest, and I felt like the pace was excellent by the end. So overall, Elemental, what a surprising movie. You know, I don't want to compare these two movies, but if you're choosing to go to The Flash or Elemental, I would buy your tickets for Elemental. You know, I feel like any age can enjoy this movie, and I feel like it's just a great story here, and I feel like it's a great kind of animated movie overall, one of Pixar's best in my opinion. I feel like it's a great romance movie. You can have a fun date night with this movie. But overall, I really enjoyed this. I cannot wait to go back and watch it again. I can't wait to watch it when it's on physical media. So I'm going to give this one a high 4 out of 5. Yeah, I was surprised that this outdid The Flash for me. The Flash, you know, it's a good movie, but not great like Elemental. So leave your thoughts down below if you've seen this movie. I'd love to talk about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.